So Brittany, tell me a little about yourself. I know you're in the fashion industry. We met on Girl Boss, and I see that you've grown in the fashion industry. Your business is called Fashion Mentor, right?
Yes, yes, it
Fashion
is.
Mentors or Mentor?
Mentor.
Mentor, awesome. So tell us how you got started. I mean, you obviously must have a passion for the fashion.
Absolutely. Yes.
So tell us all about it.
I've loved fashion all my life. Since I was a kid, when they would ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would always say I wanted to be a fashion designer. And when I actually got to fashion school, I did an internship at this company called BCBG.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, so they're based here in LA and they do everything in house. And that was the first time I got to see a huge fashion company of that scale and their inner workings, their daily workings. So I got to see everything from them cutting the fabric to them doing the designs to them doing the styling, the photo shoots that end up on the billboards. And
Mhm.
I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, why didn't I know about this career? So I decided I wanted to pursue my career as a stylist, and so that was going into my junior year of college. So I had to start all over again with my internships and throw away all my fashion design experience. So I started doing styling. And once I graduated from college, I really, you go through your post grad ups and downs, which no one tells you about.
Oh
And
yeah.
I had to end up taking internships after college. And I was like, I have my bachelor's degree. Like, I don't want to do this, but I had no choice if I really wanted to pursue this career. So I started doing internships again and eventually led to different opportunities for me to branch out on my own as a stylist. And once I branch out on my own, I really use social media to market myself. And I credit that to my growth because it's been about 3 years since I graduated and my career has really taken off thanks to social
Awesome.
media. And with that said, a lot of people started messaging me saying, hey, how can I do this? What you're doing? How did you get started? How can I become a stylist? And I decided to create a blog called Fashion Mentor, and that's been around for about a year and a half now. And that too has grown into conferences and seminars and um,
Wow.
huge events helping other people who aspire to work in the fashion industry.
Wow, congratulations. Definitely a story that everybody has to hear. And that's something that people don't tell us, but it's so true. Just like you, I also took an internship after I graduated with my bachelor's. And I was like, is this right?
Right. I was
Is
like,
this what's supposed to happen? Because nobody told me about this.
yeah, I was like, I'm supposed to have a job with some benefits right
Exactly.
now, but I'm an intern.
Exactly. But look, I'm so happy that it turned out the way it did for you because obviously you have a lot going for yourself. You started this company, this blog, and through social media, which I'm so excited to hear about. So tell us what strategies you use, really. What were your techniques? Obviously, you started a while ago, so things change. The platforms change daily. So maybe
Instagram is
the
always changing. The
exactly the
algorithm.
algorithm that you had a year ago with hashtags maybe doesn't work to today, but tell us what you did when you got started. What was like your vision when you started?
So, my vision when I got started was to really create a supportive community because there's not a lot of that in the fashion industry, like actually at all. Everyone is well known for being a competitive industry. So, I wanted to
Yeah.
really create a platform that's going to foster each other's growth. And for example, there's been plenty of times when I've been offered a job or to do a photo shoot, but I'm not available. And I want to be able to refer people that I know and trust their skill level and their work ethic to be able to refer them and have them represent me in a positive light. So I wanted to create a community of people who knew the stuff that I knew because the whole purpose of Fashion Mentor is teaching people all the things that I wish I knew when I first started out. So with social media, I've really been able to create a community, which I'm super happy about. And as far as strategies, um, I guess I credit myself being a millennial because we're always on social media since it started.
We
So we're
are.
really the veterans when it comes to it. So it
Yeah.
was pretty natural to me. A lot of what I did was trial and error,
Okay.
basically. So I would post certain things and see how the audience reacted. And I was really glad when business insights came around because I got to see what was being saved the most. For example, quotes do tremendously, but certain posts for my audience, they didn't do as well. So I would take that into consideration when I would schedule out content and just put the stuff that performed the most better previously and continue that. So
Tell us a little about, so that's super important. Business insights. This is on everybody's account that has a business account. It's just at the top and you can see so much information. Tell us what metrics you look at and what you're really based off of and how you know that something's working or not working.
so I really go based off of saves and the posts that people send. So likes are important, but not as important as saves because that's the content that you want to look back on. We scroll through Instagram for hours on hours, just liking and double tapping. We don't really take a second look at it. But when someone saves your content, that means that they really found value in it. So that's the key metrics that I really focus on are saves and items that people send their friends or send other aspiring stylists. So it's all about sharing. And that's how.
I love that. And that's a metric that not a lot of people talk about, but it's so important because a save is worth so much more than a like. And now that the likes are going away, this is a metric that you can use to see how your post is doing, the people that are reacting to it. And this really says a lot also when they're sharing organic reach, hello, which we love.
Absolutely. That says so much when someone wants to share your content with their friends.
Oh, yeah, that's the best. And then tell us how you went from there. So you started deciding what posts work. So, for example, you noticed quotes work. So, how did you go from that point?
So from there, I would just start scheduling out similar content. So
What app
um,
do you use?
I use Planoly,
Okay.
so which I believe is the only app that is Instagram authorized because okay, so a lot of my followers, this is another great thing about business profiles is you get to see where your followers are from. So the majority of Fashion Mentor followers are based on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So I schedule out my content on Planoly to be sent out at 9 a.m. my time, which is 12 p.m. Eastern time, which is when everybody's at lunch, when they're at
Hit
school
spot.
or
Yeah.
yes. So and I'm probably sleeping at that time. So Planoly is a lifesaver when it comes to scheduling out that content because I get to reach my audience, the majority of my audience at the time when they're on their breaks from school or work.
Exactly. I
Yes.
love it. So, Planoly, I love that one too. We don't use that anymore for the agency, but you're right. It is one of the few that are Instagram authorized. So
Yes.
that's awesome. And do you also schedule your stories or do you rather have that side a little more organic?
So I was actually going to mention that too. That's so amazing that they have that feature. I actually haven't tried it, but I typically do it organically. I
Okay.
post it myself.
Yeah, no, that's always good. I think it's good to have a mixture of both because obviously stories are so personal. That's why now they're getting more views than the feed itself because we would like to see the people naturally, what they're doing in their day to day, without all the filters, all the thoughts into the video, all the planning into the Instagram perfect picture. So we like that. So that's a good part about stories that I also would recommend to you. Keep doing that organically if you want to throw in a couple of scheduled ones just to like promote, but keep doing that organically because that's really what attracts a good tribe.
Thank you for that. Yeah. And I
Mhm.
think people really respond to stories because, like
Yeah.
you said, they're organic and authentic. When I first started, I thought I had to be really, I mean, I'm very professional, but super corporate since I'm talking about careers. But then I realized that my audience likes when I just pop in and do a Q&A or answer their questions. When I'm in my car, you can see my seatbelt and music in the background. So I think they really appreciate that.
That's the best. I love it when brands show that natural side of them. I think that's really what grabs our attention and really makes us have that emotional connection with the brand, which is what everybody's looking for.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Tell us how you went from there. So now you're doing conferences, events, all that big stuff. How does that even happen? Tell us.
That is a great question. So it really happened because, like I mentioned, I wanted to create a community, but I feel like there's only so much connections you can make online, and there's nothing like the human connection. So that was really my goal with doing my event. So the very first event was a stylist panel. We did it in downtown LA in the fashion district, and I brought 4 or 5 of my other stylist friends so people could hear from our different perspectives, because there's so many different types of styling. There's celebrity styling, there's personal styling. I have friends who only do music videos and movies. So no matter what type of styling you're interested in, I wanted to bring those different perspectives. And I also thought that was an important component of me doing these events, is so people can get different perspectives. So it's not just me all the time. So I think they appreciate my input, but I like bringing value through other people as well.
Awesome. I love that. And how did you promote that? How did you get your online tribe community to actually show up and be present in person?
As far as promoting, Instagram, it has been the best thing. I kind of dabbled with Facebook, but this is where knowing your audience comes in, because, no shade to Facebook users, but I find that a lot of them are older, and my audience is millennials. So they're on Instagram all day,
Yeah.
every day. So I just created flyers that I would post, reposted in stories, and then I would have the guest put the flyers in their stories and have them reposted that way. So it was a lot of word of mouth and sharing that went into promoting these events. And then when people would see the events, they'll say, "Oh my God, like, when's the next one?" Or, "Can you come to my city?" So that's the next phase of Fashion Mentor, is touching all the major fashion cities.
I love that. So you've only done right now in LA.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to need to have you on the East Coast because, like you said, your audience is on the East Coast and so am I.
Yes. No, that's so true. My event that's coming up in a week, actually, January 11th. I have people flying in from the East Coast. I have people in my DM saying, "I'm coming from Baltimore, I'm coming from New York and Philly," which means so much to me that people are willing to fly out. So I definitely foresee us going to the East Coast.
That's amazing. Truly amazing. Congratulations. Tell us, did you do any paid media or has everything been organic?
So for the most part, the very first events, the panel was organic, but then Facebook ads really started booming, I would say in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
So I actually took an online course to learn to increase my skill set and to learn Facebook ads. So I would say that has been another part of the marketing strategy, just to reach more people, because at first I did promoted posts, but I didn't really understand if it was working or not. But once you do Facebook ads, you can go in on the back end and really hone in on your audience and what they like. Like, you can literally choose, like, I want to target people who watch Project Runway and who follow Rachel Zoe, and you can see exactly what your audience likes and target them directly. So Facebook ads has also been crucial to the growth, and I've used that to promote events.
Awesome, awesome. And it's something that's going to continue to grow. So keep using Facebook ads because there's so much potential in it. You can reach so many people. And like you said, your audience is on their phone all the time, especially if they're millennials. So what strategy have you learned that works well with the fashion? What kind of objectives do you use for your ads? What have you noticed that works well for the creative part? So the video, the photo, the caption. Tell us a little about your journey with Facebook ads so far.
These are all great questions. So as far as Facebook ads, the objectives that I use mostly are traffic and conversions. So
Awesome.
traffic is typically used when I want to promote something such as a free ebook, or my podcast, The Fashion School Dropout, which is also dedicated to learning all about the fashion industry.
Awesome. Send me the link so we can put it in the description for anybody interested in listening to it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. As far as conversions, I would use that when it comes to promoting the events, just so I can see how much reach it is, how many people are saving it to their cart. And, we tend, when we're online shopping, we tend to put stuff in our cart, but then we never actually check out until like the fifth or sixth time looking at it. So I make sure to see which audiences react most to certain ads, and then I would go back in and retarget them to make sure that the ad shows up again and again and again.
Awesome. That's the trick, because nobody purchases on the first time. I mean, yes, some people do, but the majority of consumers purchase after the third to fifth time that they see an ad. So for your retargeting, do you use the same creatives, or do you switch it up so that people can see you from different angles, different sides, try to trick them into taking you to the same landing page?
Yes. So I do use different creatives. And going back to your original question, as far as the creatives, I found that video content catches people's eyes the most, because I would put a poster that says, hey, attend our fashion stylist event. But then when I put a video of me actually on set going through my rack and dressing the models, that would actually stop them and say, hey, I want to check this out. So video content has definitely worked more. But as far as promoting the events for conversions, I do a mix of story ads and video ads that appear on the feed.
Awesome. And for the video content that you mentioned, so important. Video is growing year by year, and it's going to continue growing. What have you seen that transforms better, reacts better? Have you tested with both organic videos versus professionally made videos?
So actually all the videos that I've posted have been organic, like from my phone. I haven't yet to invest in professional videos. So far organic has been working for me.
Awesome, which is so important for anybody that's listening, that organic videos do work. There's no excuse in needing to hire somebody for super professional videos. Organic videos do work as well.
Yes, people love to see, people in their natural environments. That's why we watch vlogs on YouTube. I found myself watching someone's vlog for like 6 hours this weekend. So I was like, I'm end up here, but we love to see people's lives naturally.
Yeah, we do. I mean, reality TV. Hello.
We love to see that insight.
Exactly. And so for your conversion ads, were you using an external site, like a ClickFunnels site or a Shopify, for them to actually purchase your event tickets, or what were you using?
Yes, so I would, for some, I would link it back to my landing page on the Fashion Mentor website, because I feel like when you're targeting a cold to warm audience, if they see the price first, they're going to be like,
bye-bye.
But once I lead them to the landing page, which the first thing you see on the landing page is testimonials from previous students, they're like, oh, I want to read more about this. So I have the description, what they're going to learn, the success stories, and then I have the ticket link on the when it comes to the website. So then they can decide if they want to see even more. But on other ads, I would just link it directly to the Eventbrite page so they can. So I would primarily do that when I target my mailing list and people who interact with my Instagrams, because they're already familiar with me.
I love it, love it. So you've definitely done a lot, and you have your process all optimized. It sounds like it's going great. Tell us a little about what you have planned this year besides expanding your events and your conferences. What strategies are you using on social media that you would recommend to other people in the fashion industry?
So I would highly recommend, and I say this all the time and people still don't do it, use hashtags. Like,
Yes.
I go to certain people's pages and I'm like, your work is amazing, but no one is going to see it because you don't have a hashtag. Instagram is a visual search engine. Think about it as Google Images. If you type in a word, type in something that you think your client is looking for, and you're going to be the first person that pops up. So using hashtags being smarter about our posts,
Mm.
and also something that I want to implement in 2020 is more video content for Fashion Mentor. So I will be launching a series of IGTV
Love
videos. Be on the
it.
lookout for that. Yes, so IGTV is becoming huge. I did a couple last year, and the views have been pretty high. So I want to do it more consistently, like a series.
Awesome, awesome. And tell us a little about what hashtag strategy you use. So on posts, we can do up to 30, and on stories, we can do up to 11. Do you have a specific way that you pick them, that you alter them between posts? Tell us a little about what you do with that.
Yes. So one of the great features on Planoly, and I'm not an ambassador or anything, I'm just speaking from experience. You can save different sets of hashtags. So depending on my post, I have different hashtags. So the quote posts that always do so well, I would hashtag like hashtag inspirational quotes, hashtag motivation, hashtag business babes, something like that. When it comes to the post of stylists in their natural environment, on set, working with the models, I would use hashtag aspiring stylist, something that my target audience would be looking up.
Actually looking for.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Awesome. And what would you say to somebody in the fashion industry that's interested in starting their first IGTV series that they don't really know how it works? What can you recommend to them?
If someone's looking to start their own, I would say plan out your content and know exactly who you're reaching and what that audience wants to see. And just be yourself. I know it sounds so simple and cliche, but like I mentioned, I thought I had to be super corporate since I was talking about careers when I first started Fashion Mentor. But people like when you're real. Those are the type of people that I want to follow, someone I can relate to. So definitely just be authentic to you and don't try to be like, the popular bloggers or whoever. So stay true to you.
I love it.
And
I
your
love it.
tribe.
Yes, that's so, so important. Brittany, I've loved speaking to you. You can see the passion that you have not only for the fashion industry, but definitely for marketing too. You're doing
Thank
great. I love it, love it, love it.
thank you
And
so
it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I would love to connect and continue, see how your brand grows, how you reach all the different states with your conferences. But just to close, tell me a quote that you would recommend to anybody out there, whether it's a fashion industry, a new entrepreneur. What's one quote that really inspires you and gets you motivated on the daily?
That quote I would say is feel the fear and do it anyways.
I love it.
I am an anxious person all the way. And these events have really helped me work through my fear of public speaking. Like, I don't know if you can tell right now, but I was super nervous when we started. But just feeling the fear and pushing myself to do the things that scare me, like, just do it anyways.
So
You're going to be so
important.
proud of yourself once you push
Oh,
yourself
yeah.
to the limit.
At the end of after we face our fears, that's the best feeling ever.
It really is. And you're, like I said, you're going to be so proud of yourself. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Like you doing something that you thought, would kill you, but you actually made it through. And now you're a better person. So
Exactly, exactly. I love it, Brittany. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. I wish you all the best for this 2020, all the best marketing strategies, and the best for Fashion Mentor. I know it's going to be a great year for you.
thank you so much, Laura. I truly appreciate you talking with me and giving me this platform. And I hope today's interview helped a lot of people.
Of course, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You
Bye.
too.